Welcome back to the pajama party. Welcome back to the pajama party. A Pox perspective is what we're gonna see tonight. Welcome back to the pajama party. Welcome back to the pajama party. A Pox perspective is what we're gonna see tonight. Yeah. Woo. One more time, here we go. Yeah. First of all, I am so sorry to the people on the podcast who did not get the intro song this week. For whatever reason, I thought I recorded, but thank you, Lord, that you showed me that I did not. And no, I did not want to go back and redo the song. So if you want to see it for this week, you got to go on the YouTube to watch it. But welcome back, babes. Welcome back. Welcome back to a place to be, the pajama party. It is another week to be with you. It's cold. Is it cold there? I said a bird. It's cold in here. I said there must be some insert your team names in the atmosphere. I said a bird. It's cold in here. Y'all know I used to really want to be on Bring It On. Like I thought a long time ago being a professional cheerleader was gonna be where I was. I tried out for cheer twice and I got rejected, and I was like, well, this is not the life for me. But anyways, welcome back, friends. Welcome back to another episode. I hope you've been well. Okay. I hope that things have been peaches and greens for you. Okay. I hope happy Halloween, by the way. It's gonna be Halloween technically today, as I'm recording this, because it's a late night special. So as I'm recording this, it's Halloween. Happy Halloween. This video will be posted up later this week, so it won't be on Halloween, but still, happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. I hope you got as much candy as you wanted, okay? Fill them cavities up. You only got one life to live. But okay, replacement teeth are also very expensive. So is cleaning them. So just do with that what you will. But we are back. Guess what? I have another woman of the week. So this week we are talking about Dr. Dorothy Irene Height. Her last name is literally Height. Anywho's, she was born on March 24th, 1912. March 24th, that's a very special day indeed. That's my sugar cookie's birthday. But anywho's, she was born in Richmond, Virginia, and she died on April 20th, 2010 in Washington, D.C. So this lady is said to be the godmother of the civil rights movement. Now, she was African American, okay? We back with the blacks, because once you go black, you just can't go back. But we're back with her. So she, first of all, she worked. So okay, so when she was first going to college, the college that she wanted to go to, she could not attend there because they were not accepting African Americans. So she switched and went to a different college instead, where she got her major, not she got her master's in psychology. She happened to end up on the NCNW, or she worked with the NCNW, which is the National Council of Negro Women. She was the fourth president of that group, actually. She was a civil rights activist. Now, this lady, she fought to end lynching of African Americans. She also fought for like the equality of women of all color, like being able to be seen. She was so like wise and like so just, she knew her ins and outs so well that people like freaking Eisenhower and Lyndon B. Johnson often like sought her counsel. Now, if you remember Lyndon B. Johnson, that's the head of the, or that's what the Space Center is named after. So, and also this lady right here, Dr. Height, she was in movies. She was in movies, y'all. I find that so incredible. So she was in movies, and she was also she was international. Okay, she was in Delhi. I hope I'm saying that so right. I'm so sorry if I'm not. She was in India, and she did work in South Africa. She did work in those places on the behalf of women. And she's a boss. And so I did not get which one it was, but she was actually at this civil rights march, and she was the only lady up there, but they didn't let her speak because it was still a time where like women weren't supposed to speak. Women could be there, but they had to be silent. But still, she fought the good fight for African Americans, for all women of color, and for like equality rights. So may you rest in peace, Mr. Hello. May you rest in peace, Dr. Dorothy Irene Heights. I don't know why I cannot get it together with my English, but come on now, it ain't even that late in the night. In the heat of the moment, I don't know why most X is up here. So, anywho's, sit in the corner with me. So, I wanted to talk to you guys again about change. More or less, this time it is about within yourself. And I just really wanted to say, man, allow yourself time to change. Allow yourself time, TIME, to change. One thing I've noticed about myself is, so something happened that kind of like was a trigger response to a situation with my ex. And a lot of times in this past year, in this past year and a half, I have been trying to work on changing my mindset about myself, about the situations that happen, because I was quick to believe them when they said like everything was my fault. I did everything. I was the bad person, looking in the mirror, that's what I saw of myself. And not even them, people from my past in general have made me feel like the bad guy. And sometimes I have been the bad guy, don't get me wrong. But most of the times when I was justified and when I took wise counsel, okay? I tell my mom about everything. And like even though she's a loving mother and manager, she will shut you down when you're not right. Okay, you don't get over like that with her. And even not her, like even other friends I've had around have like reassured me like you're not the problem. But I have learned that trying to change my mind about things and be consistent with it has it has been hard. And I think more than anything, I wanted to believe, and I want to believe that I'm so much more okay and healed up, because I feel like I feel like if I move too slow, or if I keep getting hurt by like certain things, to me, I almost feel bad and guilty that I'm still being affected by those things. And it's just one of those things where it takes time. It takes time to look in the mirror and tell yourself you're beautiful. It takes time to change your heart and not be so grumpy all the time. Like, it takes time to change your mind about how people feel about you and truly believe that like people love and care for you. It takes time to decide to try a new endeavor in life, or to decide to be different, or to decide to truly find yourself and your calling in your life. All of those changes, they take time, and you're not going to get it right the first 30 minutes, the first 30 days. Like, you're going to mess up, you're going to have some slip ups, and you're supposed to. Like, that is a part of changing. You're not supposed to be perfect and to get everything right the first time. Sometimes you're going to need some gentle reminders along the way. Like, you're going to need to work harder in some areas and easier in some areas, but know that it will happen. And so, even if you don't see the change within the first 3 months, within the first year. Don't feel like, man, it's not going to happen. It's going to happen. Just give yourself time to adjust to it, baby steps. You got to crawl first, then walk, and then run. And this is something I'm saying to you, like I say, as a girl who is experiencing this, woman experiencing this herself, I have had to make a lot of changes, and some of them I've been really good at doing almost overnight. Some of them I've been really good at doing in like the span of 2 months. Some things I still have to tell myself and calm myself down about and be like, it's better than what you think. And like I said, a lot of it is trigger and trauma responses that I didn't even realize that I had, and I didn't realize how much stuff affected me. I guess I assumed that once I cut that person out of my life and certain people, that I wouldn't react that way anymore, like because I had healed up and I hadn't talked to them. In my mind, that meant that like the change was there, we were thriving and surviving. But it wasn't until I found myself in situations that was kind of like the situations with certain people where I'm like, that hurt it, that pricked the heart in ways I didn't expect that to prick the heart, and I'm grateful for it, because I had to realize like, okay, so this is an area you still need working on, because this is not as good as you think it is. And that's okay. That's okay to admit that. That's okay to admit that, like, every day I'm not out here running. Some days I'm walking. Some days we scooting. We skipping, but we getting there, okay? So really just be gentle on yourself. Give yourself time to change. Allow yourself that grace and mercy to change and to be your best self and to be authentically you and beautifully you, and to chase your dreams, and to find out what this thing called life is all about, because life life can be funny, okay? And it has its ups and downs, and it has its way of making you scratch your head, but you should always be learning. Every single day of your life, you should be learning something new, expanding your mind and heart in some kind of ways. And that's what life is all about. Sometimes you're going to have good days, sometimes you're going to have bad days, but through it all, like, just be gentle on yourself and give yourself enough grace and mercy to make mistakes and to not always have all the answers and to not always be on top of everything. Give yourself a chance to just be human and to enjoy your life and to live it to the fullest. Fake it till you make it. Okay. So, due to Five Nights at Freddy's coming out, which whoop whoop, check it out, okay? I have not finished it, but I've started it, and I'm like, this is what we're here for. This is why I am here. But so Five Nights at Freddy's. If you don't know, I think a lot of people will know this, but if you don't know, Five Nights at Freddy's was a game at first, okay? It was a game. And I remember when it first came out and it was getting like a little bit of attraction, it was when I first wanted to start playing horror games. And this was even before like I was watching other gamers and stuff like that. People had just told me about it and I was curious. And so, me thinking that I'm this tough chick, I was like, teddy bears, they ain't gonna scare me. I want to play this game. Baby, it was rough. I played it in college with my roommate. She was like, no, I cannot do this. I will not do this. And me, a fake one, I was like, yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to play this game. I'm going to get it together. Y'all, the getting was not good. The getting was not good at all. I jumped so much. Five Nights at Freddy's took me out. Like, I don't even think I completed the whole game. I didn't get past night 2. It was too much. It was too much. Checking the light switches, knocking the doors down. I don't like being in the dark that long, okay? Back in college, I didn't. Even now, if I see a shirt fly in the breeze, I'm ready to take off. It is not that bad. But, my fear of like the darkness and everything like that, no, I was not a fan. I was not a fan. And I think this goes back to what I said before, like my whole sleep paralysis and stuff like that. And I'm just a big baby. I can't even front you. Scary movies was not really a thing for me growing up. I watched some here and there, but we are getting bolder by the day. So Anyways, Five Nights at Freddy's, man, it had me literally ready to throw away all of my teddy bears. I was like, ain't no bear sleeping on the bed with me. Because if I wake up and you're like looking at me, you just gotta go. And I was telling my friend that, and y'all, this is legit something that I was going through. I went to a Catholic university, or it was called Our Lady of the Lake University. Um, it was like a sacred, well, of course, because it was Catholic, but like my music that I majored in, it was called sacred music. So, we had the chapel on campus, beautiful chapel, like beautiful cathedral, just beautiful. I was always convinced the school was haunted. Can't nobody tell me it's not. I don't believe it. Nope, 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 nope. A bunch of nuns went there. It was an all-female school at first, and now we are intermingled with women and men, and it's very giving me creepy vibes on this campus. And you telling me it's not haunted? Believe it. But so sometimes we would go on this auditorium called the Theory Arts. The Theory Auditorium. And I don't know why, but sometimes my professor, when she practiced, she didn't want to light up the whole, well, and we didn't have the keys all the time to light up the whole freaking auditorium. But instead of her like working out a schedule where we could have it lit all up, she would only light up the stage. Y'all, me, a real one. Every time we were singing on that stage, I would just look in the back where like the people, so if we're on the stage of the auditorium, there's rows, and then in the back there was like an opening and people can come in and out as they please or whatever. I kid y'all not. I kept daydreaming about Freddy Fazbear like walking in there with Bunny and Chica and Foxy and just like chasing us down. And I was telling my best friend, the first one to go would have been my director. I would have pushed her down. I'm sorry, you gotta go. I don't know why, but you just gotta go. And so along with that, I don't know, I was just petrified. I don't even know why I was so terrified, thinking that like something would come after me or something would be after me. I was just scared like that. And it's so even funnier because I didn't even know the children in Five Nights at Freddy's. I didn't even know the backstory then. I didn't even know what the backstory was. Just these killer animatronics that like wanted to off this night guard. And so I don't know why I thought these animatronics were just gonna come and find me out of all the people that done played this game. They just gonna come and murder me. I was just next up in line. That's where my brain was going. So safe to say, I ain't really sleep with no teddy bears for a while. Okay, I had the SpongeBob plushie, and even he got side-eyed from time to time because I was like, "You looking real suspicious." And despite this, I still went back and played the game a few more times. I don't know. I like being scared, but when the scariness lingers, we don't like it anymore. And so the second story I wanted to tell y'all, because it is Halloween, I had this thought when I was doing content earlier today for my face paint, and I was like, oh yeah, this is a good story to share as well. And so I was talking about these music videos to go watch, like scary music videos. One of them is Thriller, because Thriller has always shook me up. When I first watched Thriller, I watched it in the dark and I just felt betrayed. I felt betrayed. I didn't understand why I did it to myself because I was young when I did it. I was in like the early teen years, and I don't know why I did it to myself. But anywho's, um, when I was in high school, this particular year, y'all, when I say it was a mess, the parts were not parting. Thriller was them notes. That was a thriller. But so there was a smoke machine going off. We wanted to be in the smoke machine, doing the little dances and all that and stuff. I don't know what you need. Y'all, when that smoke machine went off, I don't know who was in control of it. I don't know if they just didn't set the right amount or what happened, but I kid y'all not. It got so smoky on that stage, they had to open the door. Y'all, Thriller became a horror movie. I don't even know. I don't even know what happened, why it happened, but I remember that we were on stage trying to sing, and I had actually went down because there was a part where we were going in like the aisles, the stairs to like dance and sing, and y'all, we were like coughing our lungs up, like trying to get it together, huffing and heaving, trying to run out of the freaking auditorium. And I'm sitting here thinking, we got family in there. Like, y'all go save the kids and not save them. It was a mess. It was a mess. We had to go and open up the doors and stand out there. And I was embarrassed. I was flabbergasted because that was a time where I was trying to have crushes and all this and that. And oh, I hated to be caught up like that. So word to the wise, if you're gonna put a smoke machine or something, test it out. Make sure you know what you're doing. I was very upset at that lady for letting us go through with that. Because like I say, first of all, the dudes who was trying to sing Thriller, no, they should, none of us really should have been up there in that state. It wasn't just them. It was a lot of don'ts. There was no do's. There was a lot of don'ts that performance, and it was just rough. It was rough. I don't know what else to say about it. And I just remember because I was so excited for that performance. I was like, this is going to be a performance of a lifetime. We get to do Thriller. Like, we get to shh, clap. Oh, shh. Oh, we didn't even get to do that. We didn't even get to do the dance. It was just, y'all, believe me when I tell you, it crashed and burned, and in the worst ways possible. Please do not give people smoke machines, and you do not set off a smoke machine if you do not know what is gonna happen. That, and do not play scary video games if you cannot handle it. Obviously, the fake it till you make it with the smoke machine is to keep the performance going. Cause I danced and I slithered my way right on out that door. Just like that. Just he, ho, he. Oh. I'm playing. But I did. I made the great escape. I faked it till I got out of there. That whole performance, I was faking it. I didn't know none of those notes. There was no like, cause this is Thriller, cause this is Thriller, cause this is Thriller. No voice parts. Everybody was trying to be Michael Jackson. We was all trying to. It was bad. Okay, it was bad. And then of course with the, you know what? I guess the fake it till you make it with the animatronic story is I was trying to be tough on that stage, but I just knew if any of those animatronics came and gave me an inch, I was gonna take them out. Everybody was gonna go down on the stage. Every man for themselves. No, no, no. I am convinced I am a person who would try to save my family and my friends if like a zombie apocalypse came, or if we was running through the forest and one of them tripped over a tree branch and was like, oh, you know, those scenes, I would save them. But in this instance, you better get it up and keep a ticking, choir, because none of them did I want to save. And that sounds so bad, but I was like, all of y'all can be sacrifices, okay? And the only way I would have been a sacrifice is if Ghetto or Gojo was in the back like, hello, but they were not. So no, I don't want to be sacrifices. I don't want to be a part of it. It is not for me. This is so funny to me. Y'all, there's literally, okay. So I'm gonna give you closing bullets. As I know this is such like a short little ain't it? But my throat is cold. Or like nah, my throat is cold. My throat is going dry. It is cold in this room. The temperatures keep dropping. So I'm trying to find some heat like ASAP. And since SpongeBob can only cuddle so much warmth into me, this is how it's about to be. So I'm gonna give you bullet points that I put on the Real Bible Stories because I feel like it does still apply here too. Number one is change your mind. Change your mind about how you're viewing your circumstances and your outcomes. It may look like a wasteland right now. It may seem like things are hopeless, and that you're at odds ends, but that's not true. There is still so much beautiful things ahead for you in this life, and You serve a God who is the God of impossible. He can do anything whenever he wants and however he sees fit. And just because it hasn't happened right then and there, it does not mean that it's not going to happen. And it does not mean that it's not yours. And it does not mean that he has overlooked you or forsaken you or chose to do it through somebody else. You are still called, you are still loved, and you are still seen. It's going to be okay. I know sometimes it's like, I know you're saying it, but you're looking at a living testimony. When I tell you it's gonna be okay, no, because I've walked probably 2 or 3 miles in a situation like you. And when it seems like there's just desert all around, when you look off far off, you should be able to see that living water. He is always close to you. He is always there. He is a present help in a time of need. Number 2, stay consistent whenever you do decide to like try new endeavors in life and to even change how you think and how you're healing and how you're forming relationships with people. Stay consistent. It may not always go right the first time. It may not always go right the first or second time. Plain case, today I did some face paint and I just knew in my heart of hearts that I had finally got my look right, like my manager wanted, because I followed it how she told me to follow it on the picture. I did everything right except for these letters. I did not do them right. And like even when I held the picture up, it still did not look like I had mirrored it. It did, but because I used my front camera, it didn't. And so I was a little bit bummed out and disappointed because I thought like, surely I finally got this right. Like I've been doing content for a year. Like finally, I'm on the right path. When she was like, I could have cried. I could have cried a river. But like I just told you, it's okay that I did not get it right. And literally the blocks say it's okay. It's a Lego look. You should go look it up. Here. I am a cat. I have a hairball. But did it go away? Anywho's, it is okay that I did not get it right because you always have time to improve and to grow and to learn. And I know one day I'm gonna get it right. And she even reassured me. She was like, you did great. Like, what you were going for, I see why. And it looks beautiful. And it's okay. Like, she reassured me. And even I had to realize, like, it's okay. I may have gotten 3/4 of it right, but that's still 3/4 that I didn't get right last week. Because y'all, I'm telling you, she always tells me, she's like, I don't understand why you just won't look at this picture and hold it up and put it the way the drawing is supposed to be. And I'm like, in my mind, because I'm holding it up in my face, it is the way it's supposed to be, baby. So just be encouraged. You may not always get things right, but just stay consistent, stay consistent with it, stay with it, and it's gonna improve. Number 3, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to try new things, man. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to go out and live your life, to make changes, to allow changes to happen around you. Don't be afraid of the changes that you may not always make, the changes that just sometimes happen. Don't fear that, okay? Because in every season, God is present and He is going to guide you through it. And the last one is failure is okay. I know I just said that, but it is okay when you fail at anything, even with, trying to change your mind and even with your emotions, and even if you draw something and it doesn't come out well, like it is okay, because life is full of ups and downs and full of opportunities to get things right. And guess what? The greatest thing of all is that we are not called to be perfect. I don't ever feel like I have to be the perfect version of me. Well, I'm learning to feel like I don't have to be the perfect version of me, because once again, we serve a God who came down here and walked a perfect life and died for us, so we wouldn't have to bear that weight of trying to be perfect and trying to always do things the right and correct way. You're allowed to fail. You're allowed to mess up. You are allowed to not always have the answers. You are allowed to not always feel like being somebody's counselor. You are allowed to be sad. You're allowed to cry. You're allowed to just want to lay in your bed all night and do nothing but look in the ceiling. You are allowed those moments in life. So please, please, please do not feel like because you failed at something or because you didn't get a test right this time that you're gonna always fail, or that it's always gonna be bad, or that bad things are gonna happen to you because you didn't meet the mark. That is not true. So please don't beat yourself up. Please don't be hard on yourself. Love yourself. Be gracious and kind to yourself, because you are doing so much better than you think, okay? And if you need a constant reminder, I'm always here to tell you aggressively that I love you and that I think you're doing wonderful and that you're gonna be okay, because I believe it. You are going through things with the woman who is going through things herself. So if you ever feel alone or like, man, life is really kicking me when I'm down, hello, my name is DohiSama. Let's sit in this corner together, fake it till we make it, and thrive and survive. That is literally why those titles are the way they are, because sometimes you just want to sit in the corner, you know, and just look around. Sometimes you gotta fake it till you make it, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta put a little salt on that thing and keep it moving. But thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. Please kiss me with the like button, comment, talk to me about what you're feeling. Do you like FNAF? Okay, if you do, if you've seen FNAF, if you've played the games, which game is your favorite? Now, if you've read the books, please tell me which book is your favorite and why. I will admit, I ain't never read the books. I ain't never read any of the books. I played the games, and the games that I did not play, I watched other YouTubers play. My favorite gameplay is Sister's Location. Baby, she's just hauntingly beautiful. Okay, yes, so that one is my favorite, but my favorite gameplay of it is Corey Kenshin's Security Breach. It is just, I watched that maybe too much than I should admit, but I just love watching him play that freaking game, man. It is just amazing to me. But you know, I love FNAF. I love watching more than one person play it because I like the lore. MatPat has a lot of great lore that I've stopped looking at because I'm like, my head hurts. But if you want to look into the lore and all things FNAF, the people I would suggest you look at is, like, I know Jacksepticeye has some gameplays on it. Markiplier, he's very good at the gameplays on it. Corey Kenshin, like I said, he has some gameplays on it. So does 8-Bit Ryan. Those are who I keep in tune with, okay? Then Film Theory and Game Theory, they have a lot of things on FNAF as well. And MatPat has live streamed some of the previous episodes of him playing certain games. So I think you'll really enjoy it. I also did really love the VR headset one that they released. When they were in that house and you had to do like those mini games where they like came to the front and like looked at you and then went back because boss moves. But yes friends, yes, I am so happy. Tell me if you did watch the movie, what was your favorite scene, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. Let me know all of that down below. I was gonna say below. Which lore do you like? What do you think is going on? What do you think is happening? You get to deal with me. But please ring the bell for notifications. Please subscribe to see when I post. As always, you know that I have more than this content. I have great things I draw, where I doodles. Okay, I have the Real Bible Stories podcast. I have face paint. Now my face paint looks, there are also reviews. So I have some anime reviews up, some movie reviews up, and well, it's mostly anime, like manga. No. It's mostly anime as of now, and movies. There's one movie called Perfect Blue. I think you should go watch that one first because it was a roller coaster, let me tell you. But thank you guys so much for watching and for just vibing out with me and hanging out and letting me be goofy, you know, and to just enjoy my little stories. I promise you, this stuff really did happen. I'm gonna keep telling you embarrassing and funny stuff, really just to brighten up your nights or your days and to show you like life. People live lives, man, and you should truly enjoy every moment, because I never would have thought back then when I was so afraid of like the FNAF bears that I would be here telling you about it so many years later, nor the smoke machine. Like, I never in my wildest dreams would have ever expected those stories to be something that I share with the world, but it is yours to have, and I hope that it could give you some kind of giggles. I hope I could help brighten up your day. Please always remember, I believe in you. I truly do believe in you. You can do whatever you want. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. You can do it. So don't be afraid of it, and don't count yourself out, and do not sell yourself short. You deserve to be happy, and the best revenge you can give a hater or a person who has counted you out is to be happy and to be whole and to be loved and to live. So please live with me. Let us abide together in the Lord, and let us just go out there and enjoy this life, because you only get one, and when it's done, back to the earth you go, you know? So, not to leave it on a sad and somber note, I don't know. I hope you're like, ugh. But as always, please do remember that the Lord does love and bless you. May He keep you. I love you, and I hope wherever you are, you have an incredible day or an amazing night. Goodbye, guys.